and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be going over everything that I crocheted in August. But before we do, my name is Jackie Chaplin. I am the owner of a crochet business where I sell online on Etsy, both finished objects and patterns, and where I sell in person at markets. So a lot of the stuff in this video was market prep. And if you've been doing some market prep, you can go on and watch the live that I just did on Tuesday. It's now Friday because we went over a lot of stuff pertaining to market prep outside of the scope of actually making your products, because there's so much more to it that new people, I feel like, aren't going to really fully comprehend until you do it. Like, conceptually, markets are easy, but it's actually so much more work than it sounds. So I just want you guys to be prepared, because I know I thought I was prepared. I even did like trial setups, but like it was a lot. It still is a lot. Like, I'm stressed about these upcoming markets, which is why in that live, I said that I think my first market is this weekend, and it was actually next weekend. There's a different one on the 10th that starts my season. So I was like totally a week ahead in my mind and thought I have like a million things to do and only like a few days to do it. But no, I have like a week and a half, because I was like that far ahead in my mind because of stress. Not to scare you away. These videos are to like help unscare you a little bit, so you like know ahead of time what you need to know ahead of time. Like I said, that'll be linked down below so you guys can watch that. This video contains a lot of the like market prep for that. And then of course I'll also be doing at some point what I crocheted for the market and my price points, and then market recaps like after the fact. But in this video, we are going to start with a teacup gnome, because I'm not 100% sure if I finished him right at the end of July or if he was actually in August. So to like keep things honest, I want him first. So like, you know, that could go either way. I did make him for market prep, but I do not intend him to like actually sell at the market. The whole point of making him was it was a pattern that I really liked, and it was made in worsted weight yarn, which I thought was cute. But I decided I wanted to make him in plush yarn because it would make him gigantic, and I could use it as like a showstopper, like attention getter piece that people can come in, see from super far away, and be drawn into my booth. But because it was like a small worsted weight pattern and therefore like a super large plush pattern, he's got to be priced at like $75. There was a lot of sewing for him. Like, every piece on there was like made separately and sewn. I don't intend him to sell. I would be thrilled if he does. And I mean, there's a small chance because of the time of year, because people are thinking about giving gifts, and a $75 gift isn't like insane, but like a $75 plushie is a little bit insane, and I totally understand that. So he's just meant to be like pretty and fall themed and kind of fun. Because I don't know when I made him, it could have been July right at the end of it. Everything else in this video is in no particular order, so I'm not going chronologically because I don't always document. So I kind of go off of pictures and then my Etsy orders, and then I can like go look if it is market prep. I've just got it in the other room. But the issue with me is I don't take a picture of everything. So the next thing we're going to be talking about are these little no-sew pumpkins. This is actually my own pattern. I made one with a stem, so I had pictures for the pattern pack that I just put on Etsy. And then I did 11 or 12 with a cinnamon stick stem for market prep. I have 5 big ones, 5 small ones, and then 1 small one in a mystery bag. And I know that's 11, but I also, when my mom was here, I gave her some. So I've made this pattern like a lot of times. It works out super quick. The big version that I do takes like 30 minutes. And the small version is like 10, but that's not in the pattern pack. I just modified it in my head. But what is in the pattern pack, the big Halloween no-sew pattern pack, is a pumpkin, a pumpkin, a ghost, Frankenstein, a witch hat, and my candy corn. And then I broke up the pattern pack into individual patterns that you can buy. That's obviously cheaper to buy one pattern than it is 5. The singular version of the pumpkin does actually contain the modification for how to do the cinnamon stick stem instead of the yarn stem. Like I said, that's on my Etsy, and I'll link it down below. But yes, I made a bunch of these a few days ago. I made the 11 in one day that had the cinnamon stick stem, so I could have like the big version, the small version, and the one in my mystery bag. And mystery bags for me are actually like a new product that I'll be having at my event, so I'll cover those at some point if you guys want to do mystery bag. I like the whole mystery bag thing, and I like the like claw game, but I've looked up those claw machines and they seem to have like 4 or less stars, which makes me nervous that it's going to break and be a waste of money. Not that they're too terribly expensive, I just don't want it to break. But the mystery bag's super simple to do. If you bring bags to your event, which you should, so you can like bag your customer's item if they want it, or offer a bag if they're carrying a bunch of things from like another vendor who wasn't as prepared as you. You just like put a couple items in there and like staple it or tape it shut so they can't see, and then sell them. Mine contained 3 items each. They're pretty good. I made them at 3 different price points because I thought it would be fun, and I have 3 different bag sizes. But yes, anyway, back to like my other market prep. I made a couple of squids, 2 squids, and I'll have these patterns linked below. They work up fairly quick and they're cute. So I made one in pink, and then I made one in like a blue-green. The next thing I made was this giant ghost. There was like a modification to like add a hat to him, and like the Etsy listing picture, it says boo across its belly. I don't know if that's contained in the pattern. I didn't look. I just wanted to make the ghost itself, but I thought it was going to be a lot smaller than it was. So I wrote my own pattern for a ghost that's shaped like this, but smaller. That'll come out at some point. So here you could see my little ghost buddy. I think he turned out super cute. So I'm going to do a pattern pack with him and the like Pac-Man shaped ghost at some point. The pattern's written, obviously. It's just a matter of like putting it together and taking the pictures, like other things I hate to do as far as patterns go. But my little ghost friend came out cute. Here is like the Pac-Man style ghost that I wrote the pattern to. Like I said, it's in a singular listing on my Etsy and in the No Sew pattern pack. He works up quite quick. Another item in the pattern pack is this witch hat. I closed my pictures because I'm working off the pictures. You can see them together here. I made like a ghost with a witch hat. Here's the pumpkin. This is the Frankenstein. I made him in worsted weight yarn. I'm putting him on a keychain for my market. So I have all the like plushie versions are going to like obviously be big plushie products. And then I made them all in worsted weight yarn that I'm going to turn into like Halloween keychain. And that was like fun. And they're cute. You could see them like together in the next couple of pictures. This is the little candy corn. I closed my pictures again. Okay, so these are the pumpkins that I had made earlier in the month that I sent with my mom. I think I had another set, but I did a large, a medium, and a small. And I guess I could tell you how to do the modification. It's just not in the pattern. So the original pumpkin has like 3 increase rounds. For the medium version, I did 2 increase rounds. And then for the small version, I did 1 increase round with like the same number of like single crochets around, like after the increases, which if you have the pattern pack, you'll be able to understand like what I said. And if you buy the pattern pack and want me to like quickly write down the pattern for doing it smaller, you can just like email me cottonbabycrochet@gmail.com and I will like tell you how to do those modifications, but you have to have proof that you like bought my pattern before I like tell you, because I'm not out here trying to give away my pattern for free. No offense. Hurt your faces. I will be doing my witch hat and I think I said the ghost. Maybe it was the candy corn. But I was doing 2 of these patterns as tutorials at some point for free. So then you guys like who aren't interested in buying a pattern can still have like Halloween product prep, but I haven't done that yet. And it's actually after I said I was going to do it. So I'm sorry for that. I'm like a little bit all over the place, if you can't tell. I made this duck with the frog floaty pattern. This turned out actually a lot bigger than I thought too, but I used a hook size that was a little too big. I either used an 8 or a 9, but you could kind of like see through it because my stitches are too loose. So it's probably my fault it turned out so big. I like him, but it was just more time consuming than I thought. Definitely looked a lot simpler. Oh, this was one of my custom orders. This cat is 21 inches tall. I did not measure his width, but he was ginormous. I undercharged for him, but it was for like a good cause. A girl messaged me that she was going off to college and like going to be staying in a dorm and had to leave her cat at home. So wanted to like order herself like a custom version of her cat, which is like a tuxedo style cat, and it was really fluffy and pretty. It looked like super soft. So I told her that I was gonna like, you know, make something majestic, like something really to like remember her homie cat by. So that was like why this is ginormous. This is easily like $100+ thing, and I did it for like a little more than half of that. But yeah, she just hit me in my feels, you know? So these are the dinos I made for like taking pictures of the dinos for my No Sew Dino pattern pack. This pattern is not on my Etsy yet, but it will be hopefully semi soon. Writing the pattern is the easiest part. It's going back and like organizing it and making it like readable to people and then getting all the pictures in there. That's like, it's so much more time consuming than crocheting the actual thing. The next thing I made was a part of a custom order. So a woman had reached out to me saying that she had like wrote a children's book that was going to be released. She wanted me to turn the two main characters of the books into plushies, and she wanted a lot more of each than I could get done in the time she needed it in because she ordered like 1 week in advance. That aside, we were able to discuss coming down to 4 of both characters, so 8 total, and I had to have like a week to make them in. So I literally didn't do any writing jobs that week or like any market prep. I literally just made these items. The doll in this picture took 8 hours a piece, so it was like 32 hours of making dolls, and that was like crochet time. That wasn't like including time getting up and like tending to my kids if they needed it or like eating. So it was a very big job, but they turned out really well. I made 4 of her, and then the other character was this donkey. This I had to like make my own pattern for because there wasn't one that like existed that looked the way I needed it to and was the size I needed it to be. So I wrote the pattern for this, and I did write the pattern down for this. So if you guys think I should like sell this like little donkey pattern, he's like 7 inches tall, let me know, because I will maybe like put it together I'll like change the coloring on him though a little bit so it doesn't match the character in her book, but we didn't sign any contracts, so these are like my doll designs in my opinion. I will say for the actual like girl doll, I modified a princess pattern to make her, heavily modified, but modified nonetheless. It was a lot of it on the outfit was color changes, but the hair was like completely changed, so like I can't obviously sell a version of that. It already kind of exists anyway though because of the dolls. And the next thing I made was another custom order. This was another rush order. I don't know, this person had actually messaged me like 2 weeks before she actually ended up ordering. Then I guess she went off and ordered from somebody else who got carpal tunnel. I don't necessarily think it develops that quick. That's not for me to judge. But then this person came back and it's like, I know it's a long shot, but can you like ship this out in a week? And if it hadn't been for the hurricane we got here, because it did get there 1 day late, it would have like arrived exactly on time because this was a birthday present for this person's girlfriend. I don't know if this is like her drawing because I've never like heard of this character before. It's a winged gray wolf. So I kind of used a gray wolf pattern, but then I modified it to include the features that this wolf has, like with the pink ear and like the spots on its face and down its arms. And I had to crochet wings for it, which was cool. There's wire in the wings to help them stand up, but this was a cool order. Then I made a decent amount of dinos because I like was doing market prep. This is just like an example of 2. And then there was another custom order. This order was for a person that was turning 21. Her friend wanted a cow made for her, and she just kind of gave me like free creative reins here. She just said she wants a cow and she wants the body white, and can like I include something in reference to being 21 and like alcohol. And this is like how I interpreted that. I got her to like tell me her friend's favorite colors, which were lavender and like light pink. So this is like a lavender and white cow with some like light pink and some bright pink. And then I made it a scarf that says like 21 on it, and it's like holding an airplane bottle. I like semi-modified a pattern for this one too, so it doesn't actually exist. The arms and legs are like way different, and I added rounds in the head and in the body. But I named her Posy, the party cow, and she like carries around her bottle of booze. The next thing I'm making little cows for market prep. I'm gonna do 3 like this. This is basically my own mini cow pattern. I'm like trying to figure out a way to make a cow that's no sew, but I haven't been able to. But as far as this one goes, the only 2 pieces, I guess 3 if you count it that way, the only 2 to 3 pieces that are sewn on are the muzzle and like the brown horns. The rest of it is not sewn on, it's crocheted on. So I'm kind of there-ish, but I made this one and I'm going to make 2 more. One with purple and one with blue, I think, are the colors I picked. No, one with blue, and I'm gonna do like a beige one. I just made this in like the last couple of days. That's why the stuff I made toward the end of the month has the felt eyes. I'll link the Etsy store below. It's called like Pink Tomato. I will say, and I feel like I have the right to say because I didn't make the purchase and I'm just giving my honest opinion. I'm not super a fan of how the seller handled the transaction because I had ordered like a big order, like over $100 worth of felt eyes, big order. And then I heard nothing for literally like 2 weeks. So then I finally messaged the seller and I was like, what's up? And she's like, I don't have to ship your item till today. Like it's the last day. But like there was literally no label printed, like nothing. And no, your order's done. I'm shipping it. It didn't actually ship until the next day, so she still, in my opinion, shipped a day late, but she like had an attitude about me messaging her because she was still like within her processing time. You still technically ship late and you shouldn't be rude to me for like looking for some type of communication after like 2 straight weeks of like a dead silence on like $100+ order. Like I don't know about you guys, but like $100 is a lot of money, especially for like some felt eyes. You know how many felt eyes you have to order to like make up $100? Kind of a lot. So I don't love that, but I'm not gonna like give her a bad review or anything. I'm just gonna share my personal opinion like this with other people who crochet because I won't mess with her like Etsy and like her sales. This is my interpretation. Good product. The seller could use some like customer service less because communication is very important. Shipping on time is very important. If you're like within your processing time but you're shipping on like the last day, you should like push that out a little bit because one, if something happens, then you know you're still have like a buffer and you're not going to ship late. 2, it also creates the illusion that like, you know, you're shipping early because like if I make all my custom orders 2 weeks or more, but usually I finish them within a week. So every time it looks like I'm shipping a week early, then the customer in their mind thinks like, oh wow, you know, I'm getting my stuff like quicker than expected. This is like exciting. I hate waiting. I don't know about you guys. I hate waiting. So it's like a better way to do it. Just my opinion. I will say that even though I'm not super thrilled about that part of the experience, I will 100% still be like ordering more of her eyes. There's a specific set that have like pink hearts on them, and I really like those. But because like the experience wasn't like perfect, I will probably also still continue to look for other felt eye sellers also. So she's didn't like totally turn me off as a customer, but I don't know. And maybe I judge harder than most people because I'm a seller myself, but that's just my opinion. Oh, hey, you could see the pink heart eyes here. I made this plush sunflower turtle. This is an all from jade pattern, but I did modify the way she did the petals on it because I like this version better. And sorry about the crappy photography on this. I didn't take a picture of it when I made it, and then I put it on my like market shelf thing. So it's over there with other plushies. I just made these bigger bees. I already have the little bees made, and these are the only bees that I'm bringing to my markets because most of my markets in the fall are at Beasley Farms. And if you guys have watched my other videos, you know I already have bees in the store at Beasley Farms. I know I priced them a little bit lower just because of the like setup of the store and the prices within the things in the store. And I don't remember what I priced them for, so I don't want to make too many and like have them like crazy different price. That could just be me overthinking, and it doesn't matter because either way, both of it's my money. Other than the blue and the green dinosaurs on the end and basically the 2 dinosaurs on either end, I made all of these this month. For the pink set, the red set, and like the teal set, I made all of these. Dinosaur market prep. I don't like making dinosaurs. This is why I wrote my own pattern, because I think it'll help me like want to make the dinosaur a little more if I like made up the pattern and therefore I'm like, I know what I need to do. I don't know. Dinosaurs just seem like they always take more time than they're like meant to take. And that could just be a me thing. That's my opinion. And you could see here the inspiration for my own pattern. I kind of based it off like the Pocket Dino and the Crochet Club dinosaur pattern, but mine are like bigger and like chunkier, and I think stand up better as far as like the T-Rex style goes, because my like Pocket Dino T-Rexes always like seem to lean forward to the point where they like fall over at markets, and I don't like that, so I made mine like stand up. I also made these possums. 2 of the possums were already made, but I wanted to make 2 more, so I had like possum prep, you know. That is the cow that you've seen earlier, and then I made this mini turtle. This is a pattern that I got off of YouTube. I just like wrote it down. I didn't really watch the video. It's not no-sew, but I was looking for like a tiny turtle pattern, and he only took me like an hour, even though the head and like all 4 legs and the tail are like sewn on. But he's cute. And he matches my big turtles. The top big turtle is Crocheted by Jenna, and the bottom big turtle is all from Jade. Tessa Turtle, I think is her name. And then next to that are 4 octos. You can't really see the one in the bottom, but those 4 octos are a modified version of Crochet by Jenna's octo pattern. I just like took out some of the like rounds that like make it taller because I was trying to get them done fast. Then pretty much everything you see in this picture, other than, I guess, okay, the things on the right side of this picture are all things I made this month. So you see like the duck with the frog floating in the back, and then next to that is the pink flamingo. That's the low sew pink flamingo from Katydids. Then I have penguins in the front and in the top rack. Those are all like a no sew pattern that I've shared on my channel before. I don't remember the seller, but I'll link the pattern below, and then I'll link a video to like other no sew crochet patterns if you've not seen it yet. A lot of the stuff coming up in the video is basically stuff I've made with patterns I've mentioned before. So if you watch those videos that I'm talking about, you'll like also find all these patterns and more. So penguins, and then below the top rack is Chunky Boy Mushrooms. That's a pattern on Ribbler. And then in the middle, in the front, in the bottom bin is a hummingbird. That's Teresa's crochet shop, I think. I didn't make the hummingbird in August. I think I made that in July, now that I think about it. Is that everything? I thought I had more. A couple of things I did not take pictures of, but I'll like refer you to the patterns. I made a mini octo for one of my mystery bags. That's a mini octo. That's an all from Jade pattern. I used a number 5 weight yarn, so not plush yarn, like bulky yarn, but bigger than worsted weight, to make a mini octo. It's the ones that I priced for like $5. So that's in one of my mystery bags. And then another thing, for another mystery bag, I made my witch hat pattern. I don't know the price on that yet, but I was looking for my cheapest bag, like another small, like worsted weight pattern for the bag. The rest of the stuff in the bags. Oh, I made 2 more of those plush bees, the bigger ones, because I also put those in mystery bags too. Okay, so other than those 4 things, every other product that's in my mystery bags, I already had made, and I like bagged them up. It was a lot of stuff that I'd been holding on to from previous markets that like wasn't selling, that I was strongly considering, because there's no other like objects and I didn't want to make the pattern again to make other like objects. I strongly considered putting it in like my clearance bin, but this is a way that I could kind of discount it a little bit, but also get rid of them if they sell. It's nothing like bad, but we'll go over that when we do my like everything I crocheted for my market video. But yes, that is all for this video. I guess it seemed like, I mean, the video is still long, but I guess it seemed like more than it is because I made a lot of a few patterns a lot of times, and I don't normally do that. I've been having that internal struggle of like, I have patterns that I want to make, but then I make the pattern and it like fulfills my need to make it. So I don't want to make it 2, 3, 4 more times. But there are a couple of staple things that you really should have multiples of. Not should, but the way I do it, I feel like I should have multiples of them. Like dinosaurs are always big, octos are always big, bees are always big. I was going back and like doing that. I don't have much more as far as market prep goes that I'm doing. I want to make a couple more whales. I want to make a couple more cows. I want to do my mushroom pattern because I have 0 of my mushrooms because they've all sold. I want to do a couple of those like pot mushrooms, 2 more axolotls, and I've got another no-sew chicken pattern that I want to do. So I want to make 3 of the other no-sew chicken pattern because I have 3 chickens in there currently. So it's not like a ton more, but it's some more. And I do only have a week. And I have a lot of other market prep stuff that I have to do. Like my signs are changing because my setup is changing. And I got to make sure like everything's charged up, ready to go. I got to make sure everything's actually in the pile in the other room that needs to be in the pile in the other room so it gets packed up. If you'd like more crochet content, check out this video right here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!